1039 KPRT, that's Dirks Bentley. Come a little closer. Time now for your question of the day. Brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Markets at Las Cruces. Fresh produce, bread, meat, honey, food crops, handmade art, music, and more. Every Saturday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. downtown Las Cruces. That's right. Your question of the day brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. And my friends, I'm going to be honest with you. We had a whole entire different question planned for this morning. I realized that today was National Vinyl Record Day. Yeah, and it got me thinking about a whole lot of things, including what's the last album that I actually bought on vinyl? And I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but it was a while ago because I'm of that generation that we switched over, to cassettes and CDs and all that stuff. So I'm thinking, if I am correct, the last piece of vinyl that I bought was probably some KTEL compilation vinyl album. Do you remember those? Yeah. Although the last vinyl album I listened to was probably a reissue of like Dr. Feelgood that came out a few years ago. Yeah. So what was the last album that you bought on vinyl? When was the last time that you bought vinyl? I can remember the first thing that I bought on vinyl. It was I believe it was Thriller. Yeah. And the first single, because remember I had 45s back then, I think the first single I ever bought on vinyl was actually Peter Cetera. Uh, a song that he did for the Karate Kid 2 soundtrack. I can't remember exactly what it is now. But yeah. So me and vinyl, we kind of go back a little bit, but I am a cassette guy for sure. I have so many different cassettes. But it is National Vinyl Record Day, so I'll ask you, what was the last album that you bought on vinyl? And if you can't remember the one that you bought, maybe what was the last album that you listened to on vinyl? Hector has already chimed in saying the last album I bought was Slipknot's album. Well, I can appreciate that. And I got a text message right here says Grand Funk Railroad. Yeah, I can see that we are talking about a crowd is definitely um, vinyl in the vinyl days for sure. But yeah, let me know. I mean, if you have not bought an album before, what was the last one that you listened to? But all in honor of National Vinyl Record Day. So go ahead and let me know your answers for our question of the day. Call them in, text them in, and head over to our social media. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. You can go ahead and leave your comments there, just like Hector did. So go ahead and let me know, my friends, what is your answer for our question of the day today? What was the last album you bought on vinyl, or what was the last album you listened to on vinyl? Let me know your answers for our question of the day. Okay, we are exclusively up on our social media pages right now. And, I do remember being a kid listening to my mom's vinyl records. I believe there was a lot of Elvis Presley in there. And my dad used to have one of these big console type, you remember big console record players that they had? It looked like a workbench basically with the speakers and everything built in there. I do remember listening to a lot of his records at the time too. In fact, I think he had the Urban Cowboy soundtrack that I listened to over and over again back then. But yeah, vinyl records. I remember singles. I remember all of the 12-inch singles, which were really, really cool then. And a lot of those compilation albums that I used to buy. Remember KTEL? Yeah, I had several KTEL records that were compilations. I think one of them was like a very early kind of rapper dance compilation. That was how far back I go. And then, of course, Thriller and then a few others. But I was pretty much a cassette and CD guy. When everything started switching over to CDs, I definitely went with those. But vinyl is still, everybody says that vinyl sounds the best because that's an analog recording that you're getting the full sound for, and it's making a very big comeback these days. There's a couple of stores here in town that you can definitely get some vinyl in there. In fact, I think even Barnes and Noble has vinyl. I think Walmart has vinyl that you can go ahead and get. So, what was the last album that you bought that was a vinyl record? Let me know your answers for our question of the day. You can call them in, text them in, and then, of course, just leave your comments down below. Quick look at what's going on in and around the world today.
French police evacuated the Eiffel Tower yesterday after a shirtless man was seen climbing the 1,083-foot landmark. The man scaled the tower just above the Olympic rings. The incident occurred before the closing ceremony was set to begin, so that must have been exciting. Let's see. Fanta is partnering with Warner Brothers for a new Beetlejuice flavor. I wonder exactly what flavor it would be. Fanta Haunted Apple X Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is inspired by Michael Keaton's iconic character, of course. So maybe I'll keep an eye out for that one. That would be cool. Hot Pockets apparently is launching their own barbecue sauce that will be available at Walmart for about $6 or $7. Um, a marinara sauce I would have understood, but barbecue sauce, not getting that one. Let's see. Ellen DeGeneres has a strict no phones policy on her tour. I didn't even know she was on tour. Christian Slater and Brittany have welcomed a new baby boy. His wife's name is Brittany, by the way, not the other one. Hey, congratulations, Christian Slater. And if you were hoping to get in on the Tesla Cybertruck for about $61,000, guess what? They're not going to sell them anymore, which means the cheapest version of the Tesla Cybertruck is now $100,000. Of course, people have really waiting for a more affordable option, higher prices, lower driving ranges than usually promised. So they're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with that. Honestly, I was looking at micro cars yesterday, micro electric cars, because those little teeny tiny cars, like smart car size, but electric. Drive one of those around town, absolutely. But as far as the Cybertruck goes, nah, gonna pass on that one. And just a quick look at the box office this past weekend. Deadpool and Wolverine, number one at the box office again, 54.2 million. It's made well over $1 billion worldwide for sure. It ends with us, I think, opened up this weekend, excuse me, $50 million. Twisters was in there, and Borderlands opened up their weekend at $8.8 million. It cost about 120 to make that film, so I don't think we're going to get a sequel. Let's see. Oh, Hector, I didn't catch those ones there. They actually sell vinyl records. Oh, yeah, Coas has vinyl records as well. And yeah, that would be pretty cool. I think the Beetlejuice thing is going to be an apple flavor type of thing. At least that's what it says in the title. Like I said, I'm going to keep an eye out for it, see how that goes. Well, once again, it is our question of the day today, and our question of the day today for you. I forgot to turn the banner on. Yep, I did forget to turn the banner on. Our question of the day today is in honor of National Vinyl Record Day today, and that is very simply, what was the last vinyl album that you bought? Or if you haven't bought one before, because yeah, we live in that day and age, what was the last one that you listened to? I know a lot of people are getting into vinyl these days. So let me know your answers for our question of the day.